Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Saturday, June 27th, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Jeremy Pierce, ready to walk through that forbidden door. You know, you can check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations 52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And today's show, AEW is bringing us their crossover pay-per-view event that comes every year, the Forbidden Door. We're going to discuss all the matches, preview predictions. We got AEW, New Japan, Stardom, and CMLL. It's going to be a fun show, but for now, you know what's next, so just go on and hit my music. All right, you know how we do with these shows. We dive right into it. So this is the Forbidden Door, AEW's annual crossover pay-per-view event. This is the 5th, I believe, Forbidden Door. The first two were, you know, AEW and New Japan, but it has expanded to their main partners. So this features AEW, CMLL, Stardom, and New Japan. This is the first to be officially co-promoted by CMLL and Stardom, which is great. This is really an awesome event just to get eyes on different types of product, different companies. So this year's Forbidden Door event will be going down at the SAP Center in San Jose, California. But let's take a look at last year's Forbidden Door that featured. It was still, this one was New Japan and AEW exclusively. This one actually took place in London at the O2. Yep, at the O2. Let's take a look at that card. So we had 13 matches on the card with 4 on the pre-show. The first one was an 8-man tag match. The whole pre-show was all tag matches. The first one was an 8-man tag match. El Desperado, Yu Uemura, and the Paragon. Roderick, Strong, Colorado taking on Crew and the Don Callis family members. So it was Action Andrade, Leo Rush, Hachicero, and Josh Alexander. Then we had a trios match as Ricochet and the Gates of Agony, who weren't the demand just yet. They defeated Michael Oku and Jet Speed. And also, look how we discussed it before, but look how much a year changes in AEW. Kevin Knight was on the pre-show, and now he's one of the top guys in AEW. Then we had an 8-woman tag match. Megan Bayne and the Triangle of Madness defeated Harley Cameron, Chris Statlander, Queen Aminata, and Willow Nightingale. Again, look what a year makes, because the Triangle of Madness are one of the top acts in AEW, and Megan Bayne is the tag team champion. Harley Cameron, Chris Statlander, Queen Aminata, Willow Nightingale have all risen up the card. And the final match was the Ops, Joe Shibata and Hobbs defeating the Bullet Club War Dogs, Drilla Maloney, Clark Connors, and Robbie X. Again, look what a year does, as Clark Connors is now part of AEW's wrestling on the main card. It's really good. So our opening contest was Adam Copeland and Christian Cage defeating Kip Sabian and Kill Switch. Then we had Kyle Fletcher defend the TNT Championship against Hiromu Takahashi of New Japan, with Fletcher retaining. Mercedes Moné defeated Alex Windsor, Bozilla, and Persephone to retain the TBS Championship. This was a fatal 4-way. Mercedes and Windsor represented AEW, Bozilla represented Stardom, and Persephone represented CMLL. Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Nigel McGuinness to retain the IWGP World Championship. Brodito defeated the Hurt Syndicate and FTR to become the new AEW World Tag Team Champions. The Hurt Syndicate were the champions going into this match. Believe they won because the Demand and Ricochet got involved. Kazuchika Okada defeated Swerve Strickland to retain the Unified Championship. Look what a year makes. Toni Storm defeated Athena by submission. To retain the AEW Women's World Championship, Athena had won the Casino Gauntlet match to get this match. Hangman Adam Page was world champion. He defeated MJF to retain the championship, and the main event was the Lights Out Steel Cage match, as it was Will Ospreay, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Darby Allin, and the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, defeating Gabe Kidd, the Death Fighters, and the Young Bucks. Again, look what a year makes. Man, I tell you, things change so quickly in professional wrestling. But let's get into this year's card now. I'm doing this show right before Collision airs, which means Tony Khan's definitely going to add some more matches. Probably not to the main card, but definitely to the pre-show. So on the pre-show, right now we have 2 scheduled matches, both women's matches. The first is Skye Blue taking on Maika of Stardom. This is the last qualifying match for the Survival of the Fittest qualifier for the TBS Championship, will be going down on July 1st. Part of this is Tekla's war against Stardom, and Maika represents Stardom. Skye Blue's not winning this match. Sorry, I love Skye, love Maika, but Skye's not winning this match. That's just how it goes. Sorry. The other match is the Women's World Tag Team Championship. It's the Divine Dominion. Megan Bayne and Lena Kross will be defending against Thunder Rosa and Olympia of CMLL. Thunder Rosa went and got her a horse to combat the 2 horses opposite her. Here's my thing. I would do a title change just because, but I also think the Divine Dominion will be defending the belts against the Brawling Birds at Allin and Wembley. So take the Divine Dominion to win here. Then we move on to our main card, ladies and gentlemen. Well, first up, we have, I don't know the match order, I'm just going by what I have in front of me. First, we have Cope and Cage, aka Edge and Christian, taking on the Dogs, Clark Connors and David Finlay. This is for the AEW Men's World Tag Team Championship, and this one simply stems from the Dogs calling their shot. They think Cope and Cage are past their prime. They think that it's time for them to move on. Now, mind you, Cope and Cage just got the belts. I believe this is their first title defense. And again, we don't know where All Out will be. I think All Out will probably be in Toronto, but they're not going to lose the belts this early. The Dogs will be looking good in this match. I'm wondering if this is the match where Gabe Kidd makes his return. He is back from injury, as we've seen in New Japan. But Cope and Cage plan to set the Dogs straight. But the Dogs also have a side feud going with the Bang Bang Gang. And I think that's where a lot of the time will be taking up. So I'm going to go with Cope and Cage to retain here. Then we have a 3-way tag team match, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. We have the Young Bucks representing AEW taking on El Skye team representing CMLL. El Skye team is Mystico and Mascara Dorada, and the other team in this match will be Unbound Company of Shingo Takagi and Titan. And boy, this has the potential to steal the show, right? So the Young Bucks are representing AEW, Mystico and Mascara Dorada representing CMLL, and Unbound Co. are 2 crossover teams, 2 wrestlers from 2 different promotions. Shingo Takagi is New Japan, and Titan is CMLL. So this is really, really fun. Here's the thing about this match. This is going to be an amazing match. This really doesn't have any story here. This is kind of supposed to be like a warm-up for the Young Bucks to get back into the tag team title picture. But here's the thing, I don't think that's happening just yet. And Tony Khan is a student of the game, right? Tony Khan loves professional wrestling. He more often than not knows what buttons to push. And I think he's going to push the right button here. And that button is El Skye team winning this match. Mystico is the top star in all of Mexico. He's probably the biggest wrestling star in the world, like outside of the WWE. atmosphere. And Mascara Dorada is essentially the guy who's going to replace Mystico, right? He's being set up to be the next guy in line. So this needs to be a showcase match for them. Unbound Co, Shingo Takagi, Titan are also great. They are no slouches here, but they might be here just to take the pin. Because I just think El Skye Team's going to win this match, man. Like, these two are going to show up and show out. So take El Skye Team to win here. Then we have a very, very interesting match. Jon Moxley is putting the Continental Championship on the line against Bandito. And Bandito is a weird case. He is signed to AEW. He's the current Ring of Honor World Champion, and he's also has a co-contract with CMLL. This is tough, right? Because, like, what are the Death Riders? Are they tweeners? Are they heels? Are they faces? I think they are tweeners, because there are times where they're going up against good guys and play the bad role, and there are times where they're going up against the bad guys and play the good role. So, like, this story that they're telling with Moxley and his redemption, which has been done beautifully, and everything they're doing with Will Ospreay, which we'll get into later, has been really, really good. Bandito is your current Ring of Honor World Champion, and his reign currently sits at, he's been champion for a minute. He's got a nice long reign. His current reign is at, let me see here, his reign is currently at 446 days. He's been champion for a year and a quarter. Yeah, he won the title last year at Dynasty and has been a pretty good champion. Mox is your current Continental Champion, winning the belts at the last Continental Classic. So yeah, this is a toss-up. Does Bandito become a dual champion, work Ring of Honor, work AEW, or does Moxley succeed? Like, we have this match because Brodito defeated the Death Riders in a tag match, and then the Death Riders came back and defeated Brodito and Mystico in a 6-man tag match, and the inevitable conclusion was, well, Mox is gonna have to put the belt on the line. And he's fought Brody King before. I don't think he's ever fought Bandito one-on-one before, so I like this match. I think Moxley's retaining here. It's the smart decision, because whoever beats Mox will be a made man, and Bandito's already a made man. So take Jon Moxley to win here. Then we have Shota Umino putting his IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship on the line against Pac of the Death Riders. And this is my match where I'm just like, fuck it, right? Because titles gotta change hands, right? And this is one of the 3, I believe, title matches of the main card that are inter-promotional, right? Shota Umino got jumped by Gabe Kidd, who is a part of the Dogs, but he's also said he's a part of the Death Riders. And last time I checked, Shota Umino was a protege of Jon Moxley. So this split is interesting. Pac is a great wrestler. Pac is intimidating. Pac is dangerous. Pac is respected. Pac also loses a lot of matches. And it doesn't hurt his aura, but someone's got to win here. I could see something go down. I could see Gabe Kidd also returning this match. New Japan needs like a gimme. this might be that gimme match. So I'm going to go with Shota Umino to retain his global championship. But something seems fishy about this match. I don't know just yet, but we'll get into it. Then we have Kenny Omega and Zack Sabre Jr. This is just a random match, but these two have history going back to New Japan. They're both former IWGP champions, and they've crossed paths before, but I can't even remember the last time they actually had a one-on-one match, right? Kenny wants to work himself back to the world title picture, and who better to face than Zack Sabre Jr.? I am 100% positive Zack Sabre Jr. has wrestled on every single Forbidden Door. He's like the standard. He is the Forbidden Door guy, and he's won a couple of matches. I don't know if he wins this match against Kenny, because Allin is right around the corner, and the main event seems dubious, right? I don't know what that main event could be, but Kenny fits into that picture somewhere. And there's been a war of words between Kenny and Zack. They've taken shots at each other. It's kind of been pretty much out of respect and a little bit out of animosity. But these two are going to really have a solid match. Zack Sabre Jr.'s technical skill is second to none, and Kenny knows that. So I think Kenny's winning this match. I just don't know how he's winning this match, because Elite, TMDK, there's a lot of, coffers in that pot. So take Kenny Omega to win here. Then we have the war against Stardom. Tekla is putting her AEW Women's World Championship on the line against Starlight Kid of Stardom. And listen, this is the best story going to Forbidden Door. Over Will and Swerve, over the steel cage match, over even over Maya and Mercedes. Tekla is carrying the Forbidden Door story. So look, Tekla's the current world champion. She was kayfabe fired from Japan, fired from Stardom, and she has been just a menace to not only Stardom but to Okada, the head of Stardom. Not Kazuchika Okada, the other Okada, right? And the thing about this match is Starlight Kid has a victory over Tekla, and that is eating at Tekla. Starlight Kid is a Joshi that is also a luchador. That is amazing, right? Will her new Neo Genesis teammates be there to back her up? Because Tekla is definitely going to have the rest of the Triangle of Madness with her. And Tekla has done some disgusting, horrendous things. She wants to kill Stardom, and Stardom sends Starlight Kid to take care of Tekla. Tekla's retaining, but I'm not 100% confident in that pick. You know what I mean? Starlight Kid is really good. Starlight Kid's like really good. So she's going to give Tekla a run for her money. If Neo Genesis is there to back up Starlight Kid, this will be a fair fight, and she definitely could win there. But I just think Tekla's going to figure out a way to defeat Starlight Kid and retain the championship. So take Tekla here. Then we have, ladies and gentlemen, the Owen Hart finals for the women and the men. So starting with the women, Mercedes Moné is taking on the surprise finalist in Maya World. Yeah, so here's the thing. This probably was not the intended final, right? I think what they wanted was, I think Tony Storm was going to win the Owen. Then Tony is out with injury, whatever. So they pivoted to Willow. And then Willow gets hurt. So now they have a wild card. That wild card turned out to be Mercedes Moné. After Mercedes was done, I was like, you know what? Mercedes is probably winning this. And Mercedes has made the finals. On the opposite end, right, Maya World was not even originally scheduled for this tournament. It was supposed to be one of the best wrestlers on the planet, Sari. And Sari has a neck injury. And we didn't know if she was going to get cleared or not. She did not get cleared, so she was replaced by Maya World. So, in the first round, Maya defeated Skye Blue. In the second round, she defeated, in a shocker, she defeated her mentor, Athena. And they've got beef going back to Ring of Honor. So now here she is in the finals. Maya's been through a lot. Had a tragedy happen to her, but she's using wrestling as her escape, as her way to deal, as her way to cope, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. She's defeated her mentor, and now she's taking on her idol, and Mercedes Moné. Now, Smart Money says Mercedes Moné. It's Mercedes Moné, but I'm not saying heel versus heel for the title at all, and because we still have the Redemption pay-per-view coming up, and technically could still lose it there, but we haven't gotten the full crash out of Mercedes Moné just yet, right? She will win the championship this year. It is going to happen. I just don't know if it's going to be at Allin, right? So I'm doing the show before Collision, and there's a tag match happening on Collision. It'll be Athena teaming up with Mercedes, taking on Maya and Heian. And here's the thing: Athena and Mercedes separately are great. As a team, they always lose, which is weird. But Heian and Maya World are a tag team. They were hired as a tag team. They are a tag team. They wrestle together. I just don't know if Mercedes is winning this match because the crash out hasn't happened yet. You have a chance to strap a rocket on Maya. She doesn't even have to win at all in. She just has to get there. How do the fans react? Now, I think this is a match where you kind of got to call the winner on the fly, right? Because if the fans aren't taking a Maya, you have to have Mercedes win. You cannot have Maya go into All-In cold, right? But if she's getting some chance, if she's getting some support, then you might have to pull the trigger on Maya World. So this is very, very tough to choose. I want to say Maya wins this match. But the smart money is on Mercedes. And that's who I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Mercedes to win the Owen Hart for the second year in a row. And then on the men's side of things, Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, these two got history. So if you remember at Forbidden Door 2024, I'm almost sure it was 2024. 2024, the main event was Swerve Strickland putting the AEW World Championship on the line against Will Ospreay. Swerve won. And Ospreay has not beaten Swerve. He's just not defeated Swerve. And that's one of the things eating up at him. But there's so much more here. They team together to take out the Young Bucks, to take out the Death Riders, right? They team together to give Hangman his moment. And Hangman's not here anymore. He can't even challenge for the world title, right? The Bucks are back on the side of Angels. And now Ospreay is an unofficial Death Rider being told in a beautiful story. So Swerve's right. Ospreay has changed. Swerve is Swerve. Whether good or bad, Swerve is Swerve. He's going by the moniker that he is. He's living it. That he is the most dangerous man in AEW. Look, I love Swerve. He needs a story coming out of this. Whether that's rebuilding the embassy, I don't know. I don't know what's on the menu for Swerve coming out of this. Ospreay's winning this match. Ospreay is going to Wembley to fight for the world title. That's the moment they put Ospreay in this tournament. You knew Ospreay was going to win. Ospreay's winning this match. He's finally going to get that W over Swerve. The story coming out of this is going to be beautiful, because then what does that do to the psyche of Swerve? What does that do to the Death Riders? It's going to be really interesting. And lastly, I believe this is the main event match. It will be Team Briscoe. That'll be the conglomeration members: Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong, teaming up with Kyle O'Reilly. I'm sorry, Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly. They are the conglomeration, teaming up with Konosuke Takeshita and Darby Allin to take on the Don Callis family. Kevin Knight, Kyle Fletcher, Jake Doyle, Kazuchika, Okada, Andrade, and MJF. If Mark Briscoe wins this match, he gets a world championship match against MJF. There's a lot of moving parts in this match. Now you're wondering, how do they fit 12 men in a steel cage match? Well, you got to remember, last year they had 10 men, and this is more like a Hell in a Cell with no top. That makes sense. So they get to roam outside the ring and have a good old time. There's a lot of heat here, right? The conglomeration that feud with the Don Callis family. Takeshita is no longer a member of the Don Callis family, so Okada and Kyle Fletcher are coming for him. Darby Allin is no longer world champion. He was turned on by his friend Kevin Knight, and they got beef. They're probably leading to a one-on-one match. It's probably at either Redemption or All In. And then you have Andrade, who is reluctantly in this match, who doesn't want to be in this match, who's supposed to be getting a world title shot against MJF. And you have Mark Briscoe and MJF. They have fought many times before. So this is going to be interesting, right? This is going to be a fun match. This is your car crash match. It's going to be incredibly fun. It's going to be bloody. Cassidy's going to be great, right? Darby's going to do something stupid. Takeshita and Fletcher are going to hurt each other. The sleeper of this match is Jake Doyle, right? Because pretty sure Mark Davis is supposed to be in this match, but he's got some visa issues, so it's fine to have Jake Doyle here. Jake Doyle has been great. MJF has been a great world champion, but I know he's got more things to do. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to win this match. I actually think Team Briscoe is going to win this match, and that's going to be because of Andrade. I think Andrade is going to turn. Not even turn. He's just going to be pissed. He's going to want to accidentally do something that causes his team to lose. We want to see Mark Briscoe fight for the title. Hell, we want to see Mark Briscoe as world champion. I just don't think it's going to happen just yet. But pay attention to all the other little pieces here. Everything's going on with Takeshita and Fletcher set up their match. Takeshita and Okada, Kevin Knight and Darby, It's going to be a really, really fun match, but take Team Briscoe to win here. So one more time, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over the card and the winners. On the pre-show, I have Maika defeating Skye Blue to earn their last spot in the TBS Championship Survival of the Fittest. I have the Divine Dominion defeating Thunder Rosa and Olympia to retain the Women's World Tag Team Championship. Then on the main card, I have Cope and Cage defeating the Dogs to retain the AEW Men's World Tag Team Championship. I have Skye Team, Mystical and Mascara Dorada defeating the Young Bucks and Unbound Company in a 3-way tag team match. I have Jon Moxley defeating Bandito to retain the Continental Championship. I have Shota Umino defeating Pac to retain the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. I have Kenny Omega defeating Zack Sabre Jr. I have Tekla defeating Starlight Kid to retain the AEW Women's World Championship. I have Mercedes Moné defeating Maya World to win the Women's Owen Hart Cup. I have Will Ospreay defeating Swerve Strickland to win the Men's Owen Hart Cup, with both Mercedes and Will Ospreay earning World Championship matches at All In. And I have Team Briscoe defeating Team MJF in the Steel Cage match, with Mark Briscoe earning a World Championship match. But ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. It's going to be a fun show. I kind of wish they started this just a little bit earlier, with the first match starting at 7 o'clock, because you know this journal's going to at least midnight, maybe even 12:30. Tony, can I just start the show at 7, please? But look on the screen what we got coming up, ladies and gentlemen. July is, what's next month? I guess we have Redemption. I don't know what the WWE pay-per-view is, because it's definitely not Money in the Bank, sadly. And then you can check out the socials. Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube. Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram. The 215 on Twitter. And as always, Anna J, Isla Dawn, Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, Hazuki, Bailey, Priscilla Kelly. Holla at your boy.